I'm sure you have heard about the devastating downsides of plastic usage by now. Plastic, a very durable material that never biodegrades, is being produced at more than 400 million metric tons a year, the weight of more than 220 million cars, and only about 9% of disposed plastic is being recycled. Therefore, plastic pollution is growing by the day, leaving a great toll on the environment and the living beings on Earth. Fortunately, scientists have found a much better alternative to the traditional plastic that is causing so much harm to our planet: bioplastics. Bio-based plastic is made from renewable biomass resources such as cornstarch, sugarcane, vegetable fats and oil, recycled food waste, materials created by microorganisms, and other materials that make the plastic natural and much more eco-friendly. There are many types of bioplastics, and the majority fall under one of these five most commonly used groups of bioplastics: starch-based bioplastics, cellulose-based bioplastics, protein-based bioplastics, aliphatic polyesters, and bio-derived polyethylene. Most types of bioplastics are either biodegradable or compostable. Biodegradable means a material that can be broken down by microorganisms into natural elements, like carbon dioxide and water. Compostable is similar, but the material needs a compost environment to biodegrade. Since bioplastics have physical properties similar to traditional plastic, like being heat resistant and flexible, they can be used for all kinds of purposes that traditional plastic is used for. Bioplastics serve as a much better alternative to traditional plastic for many reasons, the main one being that they're biodegradable or compostable, so they can return to nature and will not last forever. Another benefit is that bioplastics are made from renewable biomass resources, while traditional plastic production uses around 10% of our oil. So with the use of bioplastics, there will be an endless supply of resources we can use to create plastic, and the world will need and use fewer fossil fuels, thus reducing the damage we cause to the environment and wildlife. Next, unlike traditional plastic, bioplastics have shown to not leach any toxic chemicals due to being made from natural materials, keeping the ground and waterways non-toxic. In the right environment, bioplastics also produce a significantly fewer amount of greenhouse gas emissions like carbon dioxide, part of it being due to the plants used to create bioplastics consuming most of the CO2 that those bioplastics will release while they're biodegrading in the future. An IOP science study found that the United States greenhouse gas emissions would decrease by 25% by switching from traditional plastic to corn-based bioplastic. Additionally, bioplastics are beneficial to developing countries who rely on other nations for plastic because they do not have the fossil fuels needed to produce it, but can now produce their own plastic through crops and other natural materials. All these benefits make bioplastics sound like the perfect solution to the world's plastic problem. However, what are the downsides? Bioplastics are not as problem-solving as people believe them to be and come with their own set of challenges. As mentioned earlier, many types of bioplastics are compostable, so they require compost environments with specific bacteria and heated temperatures for them to biodegrade. These environments can be found at commercial composting facilities for bioplastics, which there are only 85 in the United States as of 2019. Without proper disposal, bioplastics may end up at a landfill where they will not biodegrade like traditional plastic, and may start releasing methane due to being deprived of oxygen. In addition, bioplastics require an extensive amount of land for growing the crops, land that could otherwise be used to grow food and for other agricultural purposes. The Plastic Pollution Coalition found that if the world were to completely switch to bioplastics, more than 3.4 million acres of land would be needed to meet the global demand for plastic, severely damaging the world's agriculture. Furthermore, according to Rennie Cho from Columbia University, bioplastic production results in a great amount of pollutants and ozone depletion due to all the fertilizers and pesticides needed to grow the crops and the chemical processing used to turn the crops and other organic materials into plastic. Bioplastic production also costs more, resulting in the price being about 20 to 50% higher than traditional plastic. Nonetheless, these downsides can be avoided with proper precautions and more advanced technologies that scientists are working hard to develop every day. The problem with the agricultural land limitations and the great amount of pollutants and ozone depletion can be avoided by recycling bioplastics, many of which are already recyclable. The added cost to bioplastic production and purchase are also decreasing as scientists continually figure out ways to make the production easier and more efficient. All in all, bioplastics are a much better alternative to traditional plastic, but certain precautions like proper disposal have to be taken to ensure that they can fulfill the difference they were created to make. Therefore, I urge you, the next time you want to buy an item that is made from traditional plastic, think about whether you could buy a similar one made from more eco-friendly materials, like biodegradable or compostable bioplastics. And whenever you use bioplastics from here on out, ensure that you recycle it or dispose of it properly so that it can end up in an environment that will allow it to biodegrade. These actions might take more time or cost a little more, but they are necessary because whether we like it or not, our choices will indirectly affect our lives and the ones of our loved ones. Thank you.